Hello students, welcome to chemistry online classes. Students, our physical chemistry is going on. Second lesson solution is over and let us start fourth unit chemical kinetics. Third lesson we will see afterwards. So unit 4 chemical kinetics we are going to start. This lesson has a good weightage of 8 marks in annual exam. 8 marks weightage. One question of 1 mark, one question of 2 marks and one question of 5 marks will be asked in annual exam. So see here weightage, one question of 1 mark, 2 mark, 5 mark, like this weightage is there. So let us see what is there in this lesson, chemical kinetics. Students, in first PUC, 2 lessons were thermodynamics and equilibrium. Okay, so little bit previous information I will tell. See here, in lesson thermodynamics, thermodynamics tells us about feasibility of a reaction. Feasibility of reaction means what? Thermodynamics tells us about feasibility, whether reaction is feasible or not, whether reaction is possible. Spontaneity of the reaction. Feasibility of a reaction means spontaneity of a reaction. So in thermodynamics lesson we have seen that whether reaction is feasible or it is not. Okay. For example, spontaneous reaction always have delta G negative. Gibbs free energy change will be negative, then that reaction is called as spontaneous reaction, that is called as feasible reaction. Okay, so in thermodynamics we have seen feasibility of a reaction, that is nothing but spontaneity of a reaction. Delta G will be negative, then reaction becomes spontaneous. After thermodynamics we have, before thermodynamics we have seen lesson equilibrium. Equilibrium tells us about extent to which reaction proceeds. For example, some reaction starts and they will attain equilibrium very early. Sometimes equilibrium is attained after 50% completion of the reaction. Sometimes equilibrium is attained at the end of the reaction. Okay, so extent to which reaction proceeds to attain equilibrium, that is seen in detail in lesson equilibrium. Now in chemical kinetics, third, chemical kinetics. We are going to study speed of the reaction, speed or we can say rate. Okay. If a chemist is studying about a chemical reaction, that chemist always thinks about 3 things. Whether reaction is feasible or not, that is spontaneous or not, that is studied by in thermodynamics. Second, extent to which reaction will proceed, that is studied in equilibrium. And finally he or she chemist studies what is speed of reaction, what is rate of reaction, that is studied in chemical kinetics. Okay, that is our today's topic. So in chemical kinetics we are going to see what is speed of reaction, how much time is required to attain the equilibrium. See, reaction starts and afterwards it will attain the equilibrium. But how much time is required to attain the equilibrium that is studied in chemical kinetics. So chemical kinetics is a branch of chemistry which studies about speed or rate of a chemical reaction. Kinetics. Kinetics word came from a Greek word. Chemical kinetics came from the Greek word kinesis. Kinesis means movement. Okay. Now in this lesson, students, we are going to see how whether reaction is fast, reaction is slow, whether reaction is moderate, how to find out that. That is speed of a reaction, rate of a reaction. Not only this, rate of a reaction depends upon which factors. Which factors affect the speed of reaction. How to alter the speed of reaction. By altering which factor we can change the speed of reaction. For example, in second PUC you are going to do one titration. That is called as hot titration. Normal titration, how to do, you know very well. Because in first PUC you have performed titration, yes. But in second PUC there is one titration in which you have to heat that mixture whatever you have taken in the conical flask before you titrate it against the solution in the burette. Okay. Why? Because that reaction is very slow. Now we have to finish our titration within 2 hours. Our practical timing will be 2 hours. In that titration, every time we will take 3 readings. Yes, so reaction should not be very slow. That's why speed of reaction is increased by heating. So temperature is one of the factor which changes the speed of reaction. More the temperature, more the speed of reaction. Like this, in detail we are going to study which factors affect the speed of reaction, rate of reaction. Okay. Initially we will study what is speed of reaction, rate of reaction. Okay. How to find out rate of reaction. Okay. So starting we will see that factors. At the end of this lesson we will see various theories and how the various factors affect the rate of reaction. Generally students, speed of reaction, some reactions are very fast, some are moderate, some are slow. Let us see. Some reactions are slow reactions. Slow reactions, for example, rusting of iron. Rusting of iron do not take place quickly. It takes months, years together to rust iron, is it? Because for rusting what factors are required? One, presence of air and presence of moisture. And that rusting process is slow process, it takes more time. Some reaction takes place at moderate speed, not much slow also, not much fast also. So second reactions are, some reactions takes place at moderate speed. Moderate type of reactions. Okay. Slow reactions, moderate reactions. For moderate reactions, which examples you can give students? For example, I will give example of inversion of cane sugar. Cane sugar is nothing but sucrose. Second, hydrolysis of starch. While some reaction takes place very fast, all ionic reactions are very fast, students. Ionic reactions in which ions will take part in the reaction are very fast. For example, let us take silver nitrate solution. Silver nitrate, AgNO3. Salt is added, NaCl. What is formed? AgNO3 plus NaCl. Ag combines with Cl. Precipitate is formed. NaNO3. This Precipitation of AgCl is one of the ionic reaction and it takes place very fast. All ionic reactions are faster. Why it is ionic reaction? Because ions are involved. Ag plus combines with Cl minus ions to form AgCl. Na plus combines with nitrate, NO3 minus ions to form NaNO3. Okay. This we are going to study in detail in this topic. What is speed of reaction? We have to calculate it. Okay. So student, one thing now remember, whenever any chemical reaction starts, student, now this new topic is started, I will tell you that start writing the notes. As it is, whatever I am writing on the board, that will make your notes. As it is, note down the things well. Heading write down, weighted write down, thermodynamics, equilibrium, kinetics, types of reaction based on timing. And let us move towards concept. Now students, see, whenever any chemical reaction takes place, initially we will take only reactants. Products will be zero. Only reactants will be there. Slowly reactant starts reacting and products will start forming. So at the start of reaction, at the exact 0 point of reaction, reactants will be 100%. Maximum 100% reactants will be there. Products will be 0. Okay. How reaction proceeds? How reaction starts? Reactants will react and products will form. So reactants slowly goes on decreasing because reactants are reacting to form products. So reactants goes on decreasing. Products were starting 0. Products will go on increasing. Getting? So always remember, when a reaction proceeds, reactants goes on decreasing. This decrease we are going to show by minus sign. Products goes on increasing. This increase we are going to show by plus sign. Understanding? So how can we write the formula for rate of reaction? See here. Therefore, rate of reaction is equal to, I will write, change in concentration of any reactant or product divided by time. Okay, change in concentration, because concentration goes on changing, how reaction proceeds. How concentration changes? Reactant decreases, products increases. This change with respect to any one reactant or any one product, okay, divided by time, like this we can find out rate of a reaction. There are two ways how to find out rate of reaction. Today in this topic or today's class, I am going to teach you first method, how to write rate of reaction. Next class, second method. Okay, based on both methods problems we are going to solve. Let us see. So change in concentration of any reactant, any one reactant or any one product divided by time. This is rate of reaction. Now in detail, if we want to write, I will write rate as here. I am writing now rate of reaction is equal to. I want to write this formula with respect to only reactants, not product. Then what can I write? Change in concentration of any reactant, rather than change in concentration, I should write decrease. Why I am using the word decrease? Because reactants goes on decreasing by time taken. This is my first formula, students. For rate of reaction, I wrote the formula: decrease in concentration of any reactant by time taken. Or what formula I can write for rate with respect to product, students? Rate is equal to here. Reactants decreases, so decrease in concentration of reactant. Or you can write increase in concentration of products by time taken. So these two words are very important. Okay. So I wrote two formulas. Both formulas very important. See here, if you are writing rate with respect to reactants, decrease you should write. With respect to products, for reactants you are writing decrease. For products you must mention increase. Okay. Now let us plot the graph to understand this both formulae. So I am going to plot the graph of concentration of reactants versus time maximum concentration of reactant will be 100%, initial concentration. Starting reactants will be 100%. Then they go on decreasing. Initial concentration of reactant is called as R naught. R naught is the initial concentration of reactant. So here I will write R naught. Okay. How to plot the graph? See, reactant always goes on decreasing. So graph will be like this here. Then at equilibrium it will become stable. Okay. If I want to plot the graph for two graphs, I will plot. Concentration of reactants, here I will write concentration of reactants or concentration of products versus time. What happens to products? Products always goes on increasing. 0 goes on increasing. See the graph. Starting I will take products 0. Products goes on increasing, at equilibrium it becomes stable. Okay. Now imagine that initially it was R1, R0, then it became R1, then it became R2. Okay. At R1 time was T1. At R2 time was T2. This difference between two rates is called as delta R, and this difference between two times is called as delta T. Okay. Here products initially 0. Imagine that this is P1, this is P2. P1 I will plot. Time is T1 for P2. Time is T2. This difference in time is called as delta T. This difference in concentration of product is called as delta T. Okay. See, reactants goes on decreasing, so I wrote R1 up. Goes on decreasing, then R2. R1 is initial concentration, R2 is afterwards concentration. Always delta R means R2 minus R1. Okay. Products goes on increasing, so from starting downside I wrote P1, P2. Difference in them is delta P2. delta P. Okay, P2 minus P1. Okay. Now students, I will tell how to write rate of reaction. There are two rates. Okay, see here. R average and R instantaneous. Now little detailed, correctly gone saying. Okay. One is rate average and another is instantaneous rate. Average rate means what? The rate from starting of the reaction till the reaction attains the equilibrium. During this total time, whatever rate is there, that is called as average rate. What is instantaneous rate? Rate at a particular instant or at a particular moment of time is called as instantaneous rate. Okay. What is difference in writing these? Okay, I will tell, but before let us understand the method how to write rate. Okay, we are going to write rates here. I will write rate average. Okay, with respect to reactant I will write concentration of reactants is there. So with respect to reactants, student, reactants always goes on decreasing. So here I must give negative sign. Okay, I am writing negative sign. Understanding when to write negative sign? If you are writing rate with respect to reactants. Okay. Next, upside what is there? Decrease in concentration of reactants. This decrease is shown by minus sign. Concentration of reactants. Change in reactant takes place. So delta R I am writing upside. See here, what is delta indicates here? Change. Square bracket indicates concentration of reactants. Square bracket is compulsory because square bracket indicates the concentration. Of course, divided by time. Okay. Similarly, instantaneous, how to write? Average and instantaneous, the only difference is in instantaneous, instead of this delta, we are writing D. Otherwise, everything is same. You can see, students. Small difference is there. Try to understand the things. Got it properly? How to write rate of reaction? If you are writing rate of reaction with respect to reactant, you must give negative sign. Okay, upside change in concentration of reactant divided by change in time. Similarly, for average, use triangle. For instantaneous, use D. Fine. Now student will write rate with respect to products. I hope you understood how to write here. Now with respect to products, how will write? See here, I am writing rate average and rate instantaneous. See properly. Now we are going to write rate with respect to products. For products you must put positive sign. Why? Because products goes on increasing. See here. So plus sign I am putting. Okay. Next, average means we should use triangle, and for instantaneous D. See properly. So I will use triangle. Upside what will come? Increase in concentration of product. Increase we have shown by plus sign. Concentration of product. Concentration is indicated by square bracket. See here. Products. Okay, sorry. For instantaneous. Understood well? For average triangle. For instantaneous D. Increase is indicated by plus, decrease is indicated by minus. So student, I hope you understood how to write rate of reaction very well. There are two types of rate. One is rate average. What is rate average? If definition is asked, see here. What is definition of rate average? Is equal to total change in concentration of reactant or product divided by total time. Okay, for average complete, total interval is used. Okay, so R average is total change in concentration of reactant or product divided by total time. What is instantaneous rate? The rate which is calculated at a particular moment or at a particular instant, that is called as instantaneous rate. Okay, small difference. For average triangle, for instantaneous D, for reactants. If you are writing rate with respect to reactant, don't forget to put minus sign because reactant goes on decreasing. Negative sign indicates decreasing concentration of reactants. If you are going to write rate with respect to products, don't forget to put plus sign because products goes on increasing and this plus sign increase indicates increase in concentration of products. Okay. Let us move next.